Hi. Thanks for tuning in to our daily inspiration. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us, everybody, and hopefully you will be edified with what we've put together for you here. Anyway, for this short video this time, we are going to talk about something very interesting. If in our previous episode we've talked about whether tattoo is a portal to demonic, and also about the exorcist receiving texts on the phone from the demons. For this video, on the other hand, I'd like to cover the angels again. There's a very interesting story shared by the exorcist Father Joseph Iannuzzi about it, of how the angels in heaven are having a meeting every now and then.
Now, I always wondered, what do the angels and saints in heaven do? We know that they are in God's divine presence, enjoying the beatific mode, but in human terms, what do they do? Do they have meetings? Do they do errands, Angels, of course, do errands. They're called messengers. That's what angel means. They're sent on on errands to carry out tasks. And what do the others do? The saints do in heaven. I asked that to a mystic whose writings have the imprimatur nihil obstat. She is alive today, by the way. And she told me, actually, my angel once said to me, I have a meeting to attend to now in heaven. I have to go. So yes, there are meetings in heaven. Of course, it's not a CEO corporate business meeting where they have minutes and all that, and we review the bylaws and articles of incorporation, a 501c3 status and all that. No. We're talking about divine missions in heaven, divine meetings where they concur with each other, they talk, and they communicate in God's one eternal will, and that's interesting. Remember, in the next life, there is no static existence. There is no irreformable state of being. Rather, it's a dynamism. It's an ongoing, continuous expansion in God's one eternal will. Years ago, artists would portray statues. You'll see them today in basilicas and churches of a saint sleeping, lying on its side with its cheek in its palm, with its eyes closed, as if to indicate it's enjoying its eternal rest, its perpetual rest. It's enjoying leisure perpetually. Well, that's not really the way heaven is. Yes, there is a rest in God in the sense that there's no more toil, there's no more labor, there's no more pain or suffering or taxes, no. But the saints in heaven work more intensely than they did on earth. This is found in the writings of many saints. Saint Therese, for example, says, when I die, my mission will begin from heaven.
For the second part of this video, I'd just like to talk about judgment, and to be more specific, what will we be judged on? Well, in the gospel, Jesus tells us clearly how he will judge us, and it's about how we love others. The last judgment is a very mysterious matter. We know that it will occur sometime in the indeterminable future, at the end of time, and will involve the second coming of Christ. For those who have previously departed this world, the vast multitudes of people living at various points in history, who have died and already been judged at the moment of death, which is also called the particular judgment, this will not be a change of judgment. Rather, it will be a final seal confirming their fate in eternity. For those who live to see the day of judgment, it will be the defining moment for their future. However, it is impossible to avoid the question of what exactly the subject of our judgment will be. What criterion will God use to separate the good from the bad and invite the former to eternal happiness with himself? Well, contrary to what some people might believe, this very criterion has been clearly communicated to us, which Jesus described it very precisely. In the Gospel, according to St. Matthew, we can find a telling and evocative picture of the final judgment that Jesus conveys to his listeners. He speaks of the fact that when the Son of Man comes again in his glory and gathers all nations before him, he will separate the good from the bad, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. And what will he be guided by? In his teaching, Jesus calls blessed those who care for the hungry, the thirsty, the strangers, the naked, the sick, and those in prison. He calls cursed those who do not. Of course, the list of these least of these and their needs is not closed, means not only one who is of small stature, but also someone who is weak, helpless, arousing pity, in need of help. It is with such people that Jesus identifies the most, which means that the way we treat them, how we respond to their basic vital needs, is equivalent to the way we would treat the Son of God. This is moving and shocking at the same time, for it may turn out that if our faith and piety are not in the service of such an understanding of love, they are of no use to us. And St. John of the Cross was right when he wrote that at the end of our lives we will be judged on love. Well then, that will be all for the video this time. As always, I hope all of you have learned a lot from this rather short video. And if there's any suggestion or feedback, please do let me know in the comments below. Anyway, for those of you who'd like to support our works, I left a link to our PayPal donation in the description box below. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for your continuous support, contribution, and prayer. And until the next one, stay safe, stay healthy, and may God bless you.